Hello, it's Sunday morning. Yes, let's all give peace a chance.
Pray for peace. Crazy times, always.
Yeah, I did 3 meditations this morning, programmed ones, guided, worded meditations. I'm seeking peace and inner peace and coming to terms with the outside world. And I got out of bed and I'm just as wound up as I don't know what I'd be. I'd be sitting here, you'd be watching me shake.
A little too much energy in that meditation.
No, it's just too much. I have a real hard time when things are really scary. When I was really young, when I was, well, during Vietnam, which not very, you won't remember this either, Scott, but when they did the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, when they expanded the war into Cambodia, I remember I got so upset that night sitting in my house that I went and I just filled the bathtub up with hot water and I just kept running hot water in it all night because it's the only thing I could do that would calm me down was to get into water.
Water's good.
Water's good.
Oh,
People are talking about snow melting.
snow melted. What's that?
People are talking about snow melting. People are talking about it's raining in Wisconsin. Is that true,
No,
Scott?
not down here.
Well, she said where she is, it's buckets and buckets.
She said Northwoods.
Oh, it was, well, all I know is southern Wisconsin, guys. I live a limited life.
Oh, who said that? Oh, dang it. Oh, it was on Saturday Night Live. they, talked about,
Oh,
they talked about Johnson going down to Trump. And they
mhm.
literally said Johnson got on his knees and,
Yeah. Oh, dear.
oh, it was pretty good. And then all he wants to talk about is immigrants voting and a new law which is already illegal.
Hmm.
The guy's a Russian asset for sure. Oh my God. Patricia, will Donnie's increasing inability to speak real words make a difference to voters? Increasing.
It really is deteriorating. And I'm trying to be objective, but they showed something from 6 months ago and then put something right beside it from like 2 days yesterday in Pennsylvania. He couldn't say the word aliens. Man, when he loses his ability to point the finger at illegal alien, at what he calls illegal aliens, at people entering our country, he's gonna be in real trouble. Who's he going to talk about?
Yeah, it was bad yesterday. It's getting worse and worse. There's I don't remember where they sent it to, but
Hmm.
there was a group of like 500 psychologists
Oh yeah, that report. I saw that. I
sent
saw
out the
this.
report. I don't know if it's in the federal government or wherever, but they've been showing and telling the signs of people that are dementia experts that he's gone and it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, and they said the more they keep him out there, the faster he's going to deteriorate. Yeah, I saw the guy who came up with the whole thing. He was interviewed with Stephen Colbert,
No with you.
and he was explaining that you can read if you know how to do it. If you're a psychiatrist, you can go on and you or psychologist, you can go on. You can read the reports, see their summations, and then you can add your own things. And he said they get about 25 people a day adding in that are real. I mean, they have to have like licenses and numbers to prove they are who they are. But yeah, it's bad. And I'll tell you, right before my husband had his stroke, my my son and I were listening to him, and he was a very erudite man. He was from England, so you had to get past that part. But and we really were starting to get worried. And I said, "You need to talk to your doctor about these pills he's giving you." And he said, "Oh no, 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 it's fine." But when we were listening to Trump a year ago, my youngest was saying, that sounds like dad right before he had his stroke.
Yeah. Um It's kind of like, you always think about the ones that drank the Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell they just will not listen to anything.
Well, they haven't listened till now. Before now, why would we expect them to change?
So I got some medical stuff coming up for 45 here.
Okay.
Or there is an ending. I just do 3 cards on that about his cult seeing it. But I got the King of Wands, the Death card, and Ace of Cups. So King of Wands is all about, intuition
Mm-hmm.
and, having your smarts. Well, there's a death coming to that. It's coming quick. And Ace of Cups can be liquid, or some kind of help coming. So he might be taking more things to try to slow this process.
Mm-hmm.
But with the death, it's not looking good. There's going to be an ending here.
Okay.
There could be a rapid ending to his mental acuities here.
Oh dear. I did a quick one on his mental capacities. And it's the 7 of Swords. It's being stolen away from him constantly. And he wants to think he's the Knight of Pentacles, so he's dashing around without any consideration. Because the Knight of Swords can mean bringing injustice. It also can mean someone who's dashing around irrationally. And this is his out card, is the 5 of Cups reversed. He doesn't see it, and those around him won't make him see it. So he's not going to see it till he's in the condition my poor husband was, lying on the gurney having a stroke. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
Karen sees he's going to bust a gasket.
No, I think he's going to hire someone to bomb a building.
Speaking of, let's see what the old intuition says here. What about the lady tomorrow? You were seeing a bomb or something, or
yeah, I read with a bunch of women that, well, it happens to be all women. I have actually taught men how to read tarot, but there's a group that meets and they've invited me to come visit them. And I did on Thursday night, and they always have sort of common questions and everybody sees what they get and compares. And 2 of us I saw them looking for a bomb. I did not see a bomb going off, but I think it's going to be a seriously taken bomb threat.
Put this on quick. As Nancy was saying stroke, the hair stood on the back of her neck.
Well,
okay.
I've already. I'm not going to use my usual deck today. I'm going to use this deck. I love this deck. It's the Morgan Greer deck. I love the images on it. I used to, when I read in the 70s and 80s at psychic fairs, I used to use this deck. So I brought it out of retirement because my poor deck said, no more Trump questions.
Yeah. Certain decks of cards just say, no, don't use that on that subject.
Oh, I've got some. That was like my garden. It won't do politics.
Crone Zone. I've been getting strokes for months. There we go.
Yep, and he's going to delay it because of a call for illness. If he's going to do it, they're going to bring it to the court, and the court's got to at least spend a day finding out if it's true. So that's one more 24-hour period you can delay it.
I do have my illness card in the end. Something about travel. I was down in.
No, he's in the Northeast. He was in Pennsylvania last night.
He was staying up there?
Yeah.
Well, I got the Chariot.
Yeah, apparently they've been climbing. Apparently the officials have been climbing all over Trump Tower to make sure it's safe because they're worried someone might try to hurt him in there.
Could be. They're Queen of Coins, Knight of Coins, and Five of Swords is kind of weird, but it has something, some kind of lies or deceit he's trying to think of with that Five of Swords there. Well, this is also my liar card in my deck. Five of Swords. But in the end, I have some kind of illness.
Mm-hmm.
Looking outward with the Three of Wands and the Page of Swords. And then my illness card, the Five of Cups.
Someone's going to get hurt in this whole mess. But
yeah,
I
it doesn't really feel like him.
No, he's such an egomaniac. Do you think he'd get up and say, I'm sick after he's been chiding Biden for that? I don't think so. But man, if I was Melania, I'd have a food taster for Barron.
Yeah, there you go. Someone gets poisoned. That's what it feels like more. I didn't get any tower of well, nothing going off as far as a bomb threat or something.
Well, that shocked me because I never see crap like bomb threats.
Lots of questions coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Ian. How's Scotland?
Oh, Hypnicity, Ambulance, Chariot. That could be. Chariot's all about travel and some kind of vehicles. Illness. Yeah. That could very well be a mini stroke or something sent in the hospital. Because he's definitely freaking out. But yeah, I mean, technically, go ahead.
He has to be there for the jury selection. So if he can't be there, what I ultimately see in this trial is him locked off in a room where he gets to watch it on TV. His favorite thing to do, because he won't shut his mouth up. But and that's a pretty routine thing in New York for them to do that, to isolate people. And so that wouldn't be like they did this only to me. They can pull out a whole, like when Bragg had his press conference and he listed all the different people who'd been tried for exactly what Trump's going down for, that were wealthy people. It's not like,
Yeah, unfortunately, in this New York trial, there's no cameras or no audio.
Great day to be a sketch artist.
Yeah. Oops. Instead of a bomb, it could be something happening, like a stroke.
That's true.
That's very tower-like. Oh, sorry.
Where are we?
Let's just go back here again. It's like physically. Okay, he is definitely thinking about trying to do something. So will he actually be in there tomorrow? Let's see if the energy there. Nope. Trump's going to end up in a military facility under military guards. Most likely. It always seemed like the scenario I felt.
I got about, will there be an outburst tomorrow? No, because everybody's waiting. Something's stopping it.
Hangman. Now the tower comes out. This is showing something medical happening. So a creator can be or my magician. It can be a doctor. It could be, psychics, can be someone with authority, scientists, whatever. But then I got a tower and then a Five of Coins, some kind of bad health situation. The stress must really be getting to him.
Can you die from diaper rash?
Not that I know of. But it kind of hurts. And then I read the other bad card of my Ten of Swords.
Yeah, I don't feel it's I think all the things that are happening around us right now, that's what's been making me feel so oogie when I spent 40 minutes trying to get calm and meditate myself into peace. And I got up worse.
It feels kind of absent. So I'm not sure who's going to be there. It's not anything definite they're showing me, but the Ten of Swords there. Disaster, failure, anxiety, painful endings, depression. A bad card. It seems like he's going to try to do everything he can to get out of this. He's terrified. Yeah, he would never testify. It's all BS.
Oh yeah. Oh, I want to testify. Can you speak?
That would be a bad defense argument for a retrial. My lawyers made me testify. Hannibal Lecter scene. Okay. And Nanette wants to see what the feeling of Melania is.
Oh dear, I'm not sure I have a deck that can. I know. I'm going to use my kitty cat deck.
Yeah, I could not imagine him sitting there for 8 hours a day.
Well, you heard about the woman that stole Biden's daughter's diary, and then they tried to sell it to Veritas, and then they finally caught up with her, and they kept summoning her kept telling her to be in court. She never showed up. Finally, they just went and got her, and they said, just because you've been so cooperative, your 1 day in jail has been turned into 6 months. And she's going to the not so pleasant federal pen in Florida.
Yeah, her life hasn't turned out so good.
Well, she doesn't deserve good. No, I mean, maybe it will be the makings of her. It certainly improved Michael Cohen going to jail.
Yes, energy. I kind of got the sense the end is near.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. This is Melania. All she wants to do is go out and sit in the sun and feel good. But she's taken all her power. Somehow or another, he's got something on her. All her power has been taken away from her. And she can go and achieve no goals where she is right now. She's pissed as hell. Maybe my sun card, I misread it. Maybe she's burning with the furies of 10 white hot suns. I don't think she's happy.
Her inner strength is lost.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 5 of Cups strength and 9 of Wands in her current.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 of Cups is all kinds of losses. Sadness, could be money losses.
Mm-hmm.
Her inner strength is lost. And then next to the 9 of Wands, it's kind of like, oh God, I need new glasses already. Undecided, need to take a step out of the situation. She doesn't want to be anywhere near this mess with that.
I asked what she had on it. Are you done?
If you want to go ahead, I got a few more, but it's fine.
No, you can go.
Okay.
We can sit here and apologize all day.
Wheel of Fortune, she's definitely looking for a change in life, wants this to be over. 4 of Swords, she's just staying out of sight. The Hangman, and then the 7 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like she's tired of lying.
Mm-hmm.
She's tired of the seat and everything. The Hangman hanging back, just trying to gain her own strength. So basically it feels like she's ready to get out of this. And just
I get some of that too. She got the King of Cups reversed. And that's a no. I was looking at what does he have on her, and he has something that she could get in real trouble for. He's got some piece of evidence. And because of that, she knows she has nowhere that she can plant a crop and move. Nothing that can start a new initiative like move forward. And she has no friends left. She's totally isolated. I think she's become sort of a domestic violence victim, being isolated and cut off from everyone.
No, I believe that. In the past possession, I do think she's got money stashed away for a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
She got the Four of Pentacles here holding on,
looking
for that journey. Two of Wands, so there's a short journey movement.
An offshore account's not far if you're in Florida.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the Three of Wands, like it would be overseas, but the Two of Wands is a short journey. So she's either got a place or some money hanging out. And the Four of Cups, kind of like waiting. There's an offer there, but you're just kind of waiting. The money fluctuations. But yeah, she just wants out. She wants nothing to do with this. I mean, you'd be foolish to think she doesn't know about all this stuff, you know?
God, she does.
That he cheated and all that, you know. He discussed.
Have you ever known a trophy wife? A woman who, I mean, I've met several. Well, I met several in Dallas when I used to run a film festival, and we used to be around those sorts of folks. And they were some of the most unhappy people I've ever met in my life. They got what they wanted. They got the big house and the money and the Mercedes, and in one case, a woman had a Rolls Royce, but it wasn't making her happy.
But yeah, you gotta put on a face for that stardom, and you gotta be around a person like 45. Well, you know, she hasn't been around very much. We can see all that.
And she's not as tied down as she was because her mother died. She was very close to her mother.
Yep.
And I imagine her father's somewhat like what she married, since that tends to be.
This is true. You see, I mean, you want to look at the meeting between Johnson and 45 down there.
Okay.
The energy sure looks like they hate each other. And it was all for show.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go back to my 1930s cartoon cards.
Johnson and Trump meeting down there.
Do you know when Johnson met his wife? Shortly after Johnson, the Speaker of the House. He met his wife shortly after she'd opened her business to counsel men from being gay. Now, what sort of men do you think she was meeting?
Yeah. Johnson and Trump meeting. There was an innuendo there where Johnson pointed back at Trump about hardened criminals. Trump gave him evil eye.
What do you think you're going to look better in, stripes or orange?
Pretty much.
So what is our exact question?
I'm just looking at the meeting between Johnson and 45 down there. Okay. See what the cards say. Oh, I got the Six of Coins of moving, how we can make more money or get our people to give up more money, but it's not really working.
Okay.
The energy between them is a disaster. I got the Sun, like the Sun and the Ace of Coins is, but then in the middle I have my 9-10 of Swords, which is a disaster, failure. You know, there's no love there.
I don't think there was a true meeting. Do you? Do you think it was just he walked in and Trump told him what he was going to say?
Yeah, as far as the meeting, we don't know, but they just had that little announcement stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it just feels something about how to make more money with donors and whatnot, because he's basically supposed to be the lead fundraiser guy since he's a speaker. How to get more money, but next to making that money, I got the 5 of coins, so it's not really coming in. The money's not flowing. But as far as our energy together, it's a disaster. There isn't love there, or care, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of weird last 3 cards for an outcome. I have my angel and guides cards, along with being united and the Queen of Cups. To me, it feels like it has nothing to do with them, because it feels like a divorce happening. With these 3 together, it feels like they're going to have a divorce and better will overcome, like the energy of Democrats compared to Republicans and him going on trial and everything. To me, it feels like a divorce of them 2.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got my end card was the 3 of Cups reversed. Isn't that a good 3 of Cups for those 2 guys? So, and crossing it was Trump went in and said, "I'm the boss, and you're going to sit and listen to me." And behind it was the 7 of Cups. I think Johnson has no more illusions. He's talking to 2 masters. One is Putin, and he's trying to hold the Republican Party together. And I see he went in like the Knight of Swords. I'm going to change this. And he's been given orders to work with someone else, the Knight of Wands, to make things change. But the whole energy coming into this is the 10 of Cups reversed. Family doesn't get along. 5 of Swords, people doing anything, they'll kill each other to get where they want to go. Nobody's in charge or holding on to the money, the 4 of Pentacles. And the person's sitting on the outside watching all this is Joe Biden. He comes with his little spyglass. But the end of it, what the meeting led to was absolutely nothing. Just retreat on both sides. We'll know more when he gets back to Washington. Now with the Middle East really about to blow up, I think we're closer to Hakeem Jeffries becoming the Speaker of the House than we've ever known.
Sure feels like it. There's this morning he put out some tweet, someone retweeted it or whatever. He's only talking about the border and stuff,
Well, they better start talking.
Because he keeps talking about immigrants voting for Democrats. Nothing about foreign policy or anything. Just ridiculous. So if he don't do it, we're only 9 votes away from getting a discharge petition on getting a vote for Ukraine. So it's not far.
And there are some Republicans who are quietly saying in the back, and I mean quietly in that they're really to let it go out, that they'll leave before they'll let the country go to hell.
Oh my God, that's horrible. MAGA willing to have Trump's child. Oh, congratulations, Debbie Joy.
To get close enough to it to get inseminated. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, Debbie, I'm so sorry. Today is Debbie's birthday. Everybody wish Debbie a happy birthday. And her son is in Jordan. And today he was going to be on a phone call with her for her birthday.
Oh.
So all this is, I talked to Debbie yesterday. I thought about you, Debbie, when I heard about what was going on over there.
One of those.
Mm-hmm. She's one of my happy gardeners.
Oh, cool.
Let's see.
All of Trump's kids' marriages or arranged marriages? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you'd have to arrange for me to be married to the newt.
Um, okay. Okay. Next.
Do you hear any rumors in Wisconsin about Ron Johnson?
Not lately. Every once in a while, you hear something about what he did with his fake electors.
Mm-hmm.
He's been less on the Fox News circuit, but when he does, he just completely lies again. Before, I felt like I think he was gonna, would testify and flip so to avoid any problems. But we can look again.
Okay. And you've got the guy who's running for Senate in your race. He's a billionaire from California.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly understands the heart of people in Wisconsin. I bet you he's never even eaten smoked catfish. I bet you.
Yeah, he's already putting on a lot of ads, funding it himself mostly.
Yeah.
But he's talking about anti-abortion, so that'll help.
Yeah.
Defend him off.
Go. Keep talking that up.
Keep talking.
Oh.
Ron Johnson, preacher Ron Johnson.
Oh, Jesus. Not good.
Still, it sucks, Julie, that the Republicans have to import someone who lives in California now to run. No one else in the state wanted to run against Tammy Baldwin.
Mm-hmm.
She's a powerhouse.
She is. This is Ron Johnson's future, the Five of Pentacles.
Broke good.
Four of Swords, unable to move or go anywhere. And I love this Seven of Pentacles. This is a good one. He's farming, but he's just really in despair. Other decks I have, they're being hopeful. This one, he's in total despair. And then his future cards are even more broke. Can't raise funds or get anything. No one trusts him. And it's because he turned his back on his spirit side. I'm getting more and more of that what they're going to finally come up to face with is their spirit side.
His, for some reason, I feel sense like it's his life is an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
Moon, Ace of Cups, and Queen of Coins. It feels like his security, his family, his.
As long as he's got the money, nothing can touch him.
Yeah, but it feels like it's an illusion, kind of like we talked about with Melania, and then, with what'd you call them? Trophy wives or whatever.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He feels like he's an illusion of what he's, his whole world in life. Then so usually this is being, subpoenaed or sequestered or some kind of documentation.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the FBI. And here's I got to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So this again feels like he's been, in front of a grand jury or something, gave testimony. 9 times out of 10, when the right-wing morons go quiet, they've been contacted. Had to give up documents or something, subpoenaed. The future shows him in a locked up position.
Oh dear.
Imprisoned or restricted or something. But he's going to get, for his actions, there is going to be consequences.
Well, he was one of our 32 that we saw were going to leave from the Senate and House.
It's possible. 5 of Coins, you got that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be losses, money problems, struggles, some ruin, and then Knight of Cups, angelic influence, proposals. A lot of times, Knight of Cups comes down for me as your angels talking to you. There's proposals there. But you got all this badness next to it. 8 of Swords and 5 of Coins. He's going to be hit hard when it all comes down to reality. But usually I look for the pokey when I see that card.
Mm.
He's going to have some
A
problems.
bunch of them that they can all go sing the national anthem in the lobby of their jail.
No. Depends if he gives up the whole facts or he does a Weisselberg. Doesn't.
Even if you do a Weisselberg ended up in Rikers, which is no fun place to be. Do you know of the guy who was considered the worst landlord in New York ended up in Rikers, and he ended up stabbed to death last week.
Who did?
The guy who was considered the worst landlord in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally got convicted and I saw the place, and you just got to cry for people who really had to live in that place. And he got stabbed and killed in Rikers. And they're saying Rikers isn't safe. Well, his building's one of the ones, I don't know if you ever remember the old series East Side, West Side, where there was a story about a child who was bitten by a rat and died. And it was based on a real story. And then the family went and they tried to kill the people who ran that building because it killed their baby. And E.G. Marshall was the lead character in it. And I remember that story, and his building looked worse than that building that story was based on. So just saying.
Is Hovind still a senator? I don't even know.
I can find out. I really don't know.
But yeah,
I don't think it was going to Russia. It's the stuff they did for January 6th, and if Hovind won there, that's a weird name, so it will be easy to find.
The useful idiots that went to Russia on July 4th and 18.
Well, he has the same birthday as my oldest son. He's a U.S. senator.
He's still there, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. John Hovind, any consequences? It's one of the senators you don't really hear much about.
If I was a Republican senator at this point, I'd find a 6-foot hole with a zipper on top.
Hovind.
I'd take somebody you never heard about over Ted Cruz. Can we swap?
Ted Cruz is not looking good.
No, and Colin Allred. The only signs I've seen out and actually in front of people's real houses are Colin Allred signs. And they're in a county north of me that's bluer, that's redder than red. I mean, it used to be the reddest county. It's changing rapidly because people up there finally figured out they're not really helping me.
I hope you will see it. It's time to wake up.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I know anybody who could reproduce and produce a baby sees it. So, and we're 52% of the adult population.
John Hovind. He took some money.
Oh, yeah.
He got bribed or took some money. In the end, somehow he slides. I'm not seeing any justice or any kind of subpoenas or anything. I think he slides here. I think he's safe in his state. It's kind of a hangway, but in the end, I had the King of Swords, the King of Wands, Six of Swords, and protection with the universal love. So he's gonna. I have nothing bad for him really, except for a little bribe.
I got that where he is. He's sitting pretty. He's sitting with the 9 of Cups. He's got things arranged around him the way he wants them. He's a little bit pissed right now. He's the sad squirrel reversed. That's kind of not a great card. But I looked at his future, and I see him, settling in, going back to the family and hiding out with the family. But he is going to have some small battles, but he doesn't have anything like a tower or a court or anything like that.
Rhonda says her senator, Moran, went there too. part of the Moscow 8. Let's see about Moran quick.
Okay.
Moran's future. I heard his name, but I can't remember what state. Is that Missouri or? I'm not sure.
I knew the sad squirrel meant something interesting. The meaning of the sad squirrel is hands off my nuts.
Kansas.
Okay.
Moran's in Kansas.
Okay.
Moran's.
Well, if the guy's in North Dakota, can't he just run across the border and go visit his Canadian cousins? God, this guy's in it for nothing but the money.
Weird.
I don't think he's going to get caught up in it either.
I do think something was requested of him, but it exonerates him or something. Whatever he did. I got him asked about some kind of documentation or something. But I got the Six of Swords again too, where he got out of it, or some good times, forgiveness. In the past here, it shows some Russian connections that was kind of a fallacy with the Seven of Cups. So I got some kind of the Empress card comes in, so it feels like Russia connection.
Yeah.
With a magician, so someone tricked him, and he needed to find a way out, and somehow he did. Like it may have been some dirty money or something. He got out of it. He's still got some secrets he's going to keep, but he feels safe as far as any prosecution or anything. Being in that the Russian 8. Cards, go away. Okay, star. Leonard Leo is defying subpoena.
They need to open up that cell in the bottom of the Congress that they take.
I know they need to get serious about this. Is he going to do a Peter Navarro?
They can't throw me in jail.
I'm going to be honest, defying the subpoena.
I liked Eastman in his underwear out in his driveway. I thought that was a good one. When they raided his house.
I don't know if they can. To me, it doesn't feel like they can block a vote for defying the subpoena. That gets a vote no matter what, I don't think. Okay, Leonard Leo. Defying the subpoena. Guys say he's not going to get out of this.
Yeah, but I can see what they can do about defying the subpoena. I got 5 no's. Nothing's going to happen to him. But in the end, he's going to pay. But it's not from the subpoena.
No, meaning he's going to have to testify. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying he doesn't. I said, does anything happen to him for not testifying? And I got no.
Well, that's a sense. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, no. Well, you go with yours because.
Well, I haven't thrown yet. No, this is my guides are saying like he eventually caves and testifies. That's why nothing happens to him.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay, I was reading the questions on the screen. Guys, you got to understand, this is very confusing to readers.
Yes,
I'm reading, and nothing's going to happen about that speed. They're going to find another way to go after him.
right. Yeah, he's not going to get locked up or anything from this. But I believe he's going to eventually have to testify. That's what I sense.
Yes, much as all of us would like to personally pay for the keys to lock him up, but
Yeah, yeah, the devil, first card. The hangman, he wants to delay and not going to do it. But then I got the star, so the devil is going to have to testify. They would get serious. Yep, an ending of the lockout with the death card in the end. Yeah, I think he's going to eventually testify.
Yeah, the world's going to get him. It's in the end, it's going to come around, but it's not that particular.
Yeah, I have nothing of going to prison or anything like that because I think he's going to have to testify and comply. I mean, I think he's getting. I don't know why he thinks he's bigger than anyone else. The DC Attorney General is investigating him. That could be a whole nother thing. But as far as this goes, no. If he denies, he's not going to get, Peter Navarro or Bannon. It'd be really nice. Bannon finally gets his due.
Oh God, him! I'd personally pay for the cab ride to the jail.
It makes 0 sense. It's been 18 months and he's still not in prison, and the appeal settled. Ridiculous there.
My favorite description of him is he looks like gonorrhea would look like if it got gonorrhea.
Oh, good Lord. Let's just go with a yes there.
You don't watch the same comedians I do, obviously. It's a John Fugelsang quote.
Mark Meadows. What's going on, Mark Meadows? He's still trying to stop I think he's still got appeals going on in Georgia. So foolish not to take a deal. You could have avoided all this and millions of dollars.
He's already had to give his book thing back, his prepayment.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Nanette, we think Leo's scared. He's getting busted.
Well, I tell you what, I would not want Sheldon Whitehouse on my butt. That's just not a person I would want digging up stuff on me because he knows how to do it.
Yeah, Leo's always been able to, use his influence to get out of everything and just be in the background and throw all this dark money in there and influence. And now he's getting his justice due and getting scrutinized. It's freaking him out.
He's in a very uneasy place. What's going on with Mark Meadows? He's got justice on his butt as much as he tries to ignore it, but he's kind of retreated behind his wall of pentacles, and I'm not going to share. But I think he's going to talk to Fonnie Willis to get out of that because it shows him weighing that decision right now, and he realizes he's on the 7 of Wands. He's on a precarious tightrope.
Defending himself. In the past, he's just in that battle. That's all that's saying. Page of Cups, Judgment, and 5 of Swords. So he's just trying to fend off the judgment upon him. Currently, 9 of Swords. He's desperately anxiety-ridden. And then the 8 of Wands, trying to find positive energy into the Six of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's scared he's not going to have his victory, that he's not going to get out of things. So that's just mostly about all his efforts, but the anxiety is killing him. Then I have Sun, Seven of Coins, and Knight of Swords. Sun's. I think the money's drying up.
Mm-hmm.
Revelations of what's going on, and money's drying up there. The battle's not winning. In the end, Ten of Wands, those severe burdens. Three of Cups is toasting success. Queen of Swords, Fannie Willis coming in.
Right.
And then the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
What do those four mean together? That sure feels like a deal. Yep, I think you're right. With Fannie Willis there, all the burdens. We got anxiety currently. I think behind the scenes, he might be folding and toasting his cups and saying, I'm done.
He's in the Seven of Wands right now. He's trying to figure out, can I defend myself? And he's figuring out he can't.
That would be best.
Be best.
Yeah. Take Melania's advice and be best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His current worries are definitely Georgia. But got Jack Smith coming around later. It's gonna be years. All these trials and years, and then when Jack goes after the House members and everyone involved there too, years, more delays, and you can read on that forever. What's coming down the pike? Roger Stone, prison. Oh, wait a minute. Get the next one. Did you hear about John's joke? If you believe Eve came from Adam's rib, then you believe the first ever woman transitioned from a man. Funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just do 3 on Roger.
Okay.
I think he's getting his due too. Those people at the Willard there, they're all gonna get it.
Video. I mean, I know the other stuff's been on audio, but man.
The Oath Keepers already got busted that were there, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was Oath Keepers in that Willard room there too.
Yeah.
But you had like what, Rudy and the bobblehead doll lawyer and Stone and a couple other operatives. The planning.
Roger likes this. He likes all this illusion and delusion he's spreading around, and that makes him very, very happy. But in actual fact, everyone knows he's a pathetic liar. So I don't know. It doesn't say, there's nothing there that says he goes to jail. It just doesn't show a very positive outcome. But what positive outcome could you have if you have Nixon tattooed on your back?
First 3 are like they got some kind of partnership. So he's all in for the chaos with the 2 of Cups. Temperance is waiting things out, living his best life for the Russian Empress, doing the Russian talking or whatever for the evil side anyway. Then Hangman, Knight of Swords, Magician. I think he's going to get his own sometime. It's just a matter of time with the Hangman.
Yeah.
And then the Knight of Swords is the feds or whatever come railing in. Shifted, he's taken. And then he may have to do a deal for the Magician. Because what he's commanded before is not going to happen anymore. This in my Lord of the Rings, the hangman talks about his life hangs in the balance. So he's just on us, that thinking I'm good part of his life, and eventually on the bottom of the deck, I had the Wheel of Fortune. So he's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So life's going to change. So as soon as 45 is taken care of, then the rest of them will get their own.
Right.
We do not want that trials complicated.
No.
It's complicated enough as is. Probably so. They're not even close to being done with J6ers.
Mm-hmm.
They just arrested a few more this week. And get through the cases. Oh, here's another one we gotta go get.
Over 300 of the J6ers they've arrested so far were turned in by their wives.
Oh yeah. Good.
Quicker than a divorce.
That one they talked about, his son turned him in.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember which one, but yeah.
One of the guys who's cooling his heels in Washington in the jail, his son's running for the House in, is it Montana?
Yeah, I think so.
Idaho, one of those places.
The Patch guy's son. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah. The Oath Keeper's son, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Montana.
Oh.
From Montana. How does the Kremlin, I'm just going to go Kremlin. How does the Kremlin feel about his House agents and Senate? The Russian state media loves it.
Yeah, because it's see how weak America is? We can put people wherever we want them. There's no ways. There's not any number of ways they can.
They repeat Johnson's talking points and Marge Green's talking points. Mm-hmm. Look what they're doing for us. Oh yeah, Stuart Rhodes. Thank you. Elmer Stuart Rhodes, his son. How does the Kremlin feel? I believe it's all misinformation. Kind of way Fox News pulls it. They just continue to do the same thing.
Okay. They got the Eight of Pentacles. They worked really hard to make this happen. And now they can just kind of walk away from it in a way, but they're not going to because they like it. They sent in messengers that were untrue and invalid, and they made us all fight within ourselves with the Five of Swords. And they just love the illusion and delusion that they've sown here. So they don't feel like, oh, we've been exposed. They're just going to spin it the other way they want to spin it. What worries me now is we kind of know where the Russian disinformation networks come from, but now we got a bunch pouring in from China. So,
Oh, speaking of China,
there
was a diplomat from China who probably ought to stay away from Windows now.
Oh no!
He wrote a huge report on his intelligence and what he knows, and can't remember his name or anything. I briefly read it, but he stated all these facts out and what he knows from intelligence, how Russia will lose in Ukraine. And all it's going to take is for us to finally sign this bill. And he believes Russia will be done.
Well, he may not need to watch out. He needs to watch out for Windows if he's in Russia. That's exactly what China wants. Then that puts China as the one. And China's in all kinds of trouble. So,
yeah, I don't know where he is. I don't think he's in Russia or anything.
No.
Yeah, everything's getting exposed. How Russia, China, Russia, China, Iran are all locked in together. These drones and stuff
Mm-hmm.
Russia's using are the same drones that Iran just sent off.
Mm-hmm.
All in bed. Okay, how do they feel? I got an ending and loss. So I got a death card coming. And the Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups kind of feels like this disinformation they put out there. You know, the brotherly love of Russia.
Mm-hmm.
We're better, whatever, But I got a death of the situation coming up. And a Five of Cups, a loss. So it's looking like Russia's going to lose here.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Pentacles. It's usually a woman of means, professional, but it also can mean business. Temperance and the High Priestess. How does Putin feel? Other agents also being revealed. They just do things on a slow level. Pump that money into the disinformation. Pump that money in to where it needs to go. It's never a rush. This took years to make people, disinformed through all these bots and fake accounts and whatnot. But how do they feel? Temperance can be money restrictions. They're running out of money too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has a lot. What the cards are telling me is it has a lot to do with money issues, drying up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be a death. Yeah, I think there's going to be an ending to all this coming up. Bottom of the deck is judgment. So
Mm-hmm.
they're being judged. They're having issues. But I think it's all ending. The war is going to be ending. The GOP is going to be ending. There's always death cards coming up around.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as how they feel about exposure, they don't care. They're just useful puppets.
They were exposed in Mueller's report down to the keystroke and the computer it came from. They didn't stop them. So
Can't stop them. Yep. Just continue the misinformation and try to control the 37% that believe it. There's no leader. There's right. Spirits has been putting up a little thread here. The Aryan brothers were involved in J6. I know the leader. He lives right here in Oklahoma. And he disappeared the week of January 6th. Woo-hoo-hoo.
has he reappeared?
The Aryan brothers that helped attack the Capitol were completely covered from head to toe. Another one was identified so far.
Good.
I believe so too. Mike Johnson's time is coming to an end. Bring on Jeffries.
Yeah, it sounded so far fetched a year ago when we said Hakeem could become the Speaker of the House. And looks like it could happen.
Mm-hmm. The shift is on. Right. It's amazing it's happening this quickly.
Well, everything's speeding up. That's what the astrologers keep telling us. You've never had so many major placements in such a small amount of time.
And they already are. We defended that.
Well, we built the dome that protects them.
Yeah, the U.S. and the U.K. troops already helped stop those missiles coming in. We were already, our alliances with NATO were already there. There's a lot of people upset about it because we haven't done that for Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
We've stayed out of Ukraine and let them take care of it. But something happens with Israel, and we snap to attention and help them out. And 99% of those missiles and drones were taken out. Seen something cool I didn't even know that existed. There was some kind of space kind of thing that took them out.
It targeted them.
Yeah, it targeted them like when they were up, and they just kind of poof.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the heck it was. I have to read about it more, but it wasn't like a missile taking out another missile. It was some kind of new technology.
Well, we've gotten into Iran's software before because it's all based off our software. And I think one of the cleverest things they ever did is when they planted a bug that went out through the whole of the internet, but it was only totally targeted on Iranian technology. And don't ask me how they do that, guys. I can hardly run TurboTax. So.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like doing my taxes. I had to owe a little bit.
Oh, I filled out my extension, and I'm a former accountant. I guarantee you I won't owe them anything. Because as a retiree, I only pay on what income I earn. And y'all have not been generous enough to make that a possibility. So I just want to thank you.
Okay. Michael Cohen. His issue was Russians who are after him here in the United States. He has to stay away from Windows.
Michael Cohen's wife's family is tied into Eastern European mafia. So it's not just because that's why he couldn't get a complete thing and walk away, because they wanted him to testify about a lot of stuff that was family, and he wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I still think he's keeping some secrets.
Well, we all keep some secrets, Scott. And when you've been around Trump, how can you possibly remember every illegal action you saw him commit?
Yeah, you'd have to write it down, remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. Let's throw
Michael?
Let's throw a few on the safety of the witnesses.
Okay.
Not going directly, but because you got Madler and Westerhot, you got
Hope Hicks.
You got others.
Stormy Daniels and two of her lawyers.
Stormy Daniels, David Pecker, you got Karen McDougal, all kinds of people. Jeff McConaughey hasn't been whacked yet.
Who?
Jeff McConaughey, the controller.
Yeah.
Testified and everything, and his life's been ruined.
But he's not sitting in Rikers.
But he's not sitting in Rikers, yeah. Because he testified. I never seen if he got $2 million like Weisselberg sitting in jail. Okay. Witnesses.
Oh, that's not so bad. They've got the Six of Pentacles. They've had a lot of stuff showered on them to help them protect them. But they don't feel all that protected. The Knight of Pentacles, they don't feel it around them all the time. But in actual fact, they've got the Nine of Cups. It's there. And it's made them have to get their lives out of balance. They've had to make accommodations in order to get the safety. But their out card is the Ace of Wands, which is good things coming towards them. So I like that little Ace of Wands. Isn't he cute?
Ace of Wands cute, yeah. It's good energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like community protection here.
Mm-hmm.
Four of Wands, Nine of Coins, and Knight of Cups. Those are protection cards, having family help, but in the end, I have Nine of Cups is like wishes fulfilled. There's support there. Of course, there's anxieties with the Nine of Swords, and then the Moon.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of worry there, of course, testifying against the mobster, right? But I do see protection around them. So I'm not, seeing a drastic change or end to anyone's life or threatened. Well, I mean, they're probably all being threatened. That's his MO.
One day I was reading with a couple of people just offline because I only read politics officially with Scott on Sundays. And I saw one of the people who was really bringing him to justice, one of their kids was going to get really threatened. And I thought it was a little kid. I thought they were going to end up hurting a small child trying to hurt a big adult. And then that whole thing happened with the judge's daughter. And she's not a little kid, she's in her 30s.
Mm-hmm.
But trust me, they'll cross that line once. That's why it hasn't happened.
Yeah, I guess he's whatever he said, he did something against the gag order today already.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of doubtful they'll do anything on a weekend.
They don't do things on weekdays.
True. Measles outbreak in Chicago.
Yep.
Great.
Did they have measles when you were in school?
Ugh. Taxes. Yeah. Yes, they did.
Okay.
I can't remember. This is a long time ago, but there was always that. I got one of the two, either chicken pox or measles. I can't remember which. Well, hopefully it was chicken pox.
My kids got the chicken pox because by the time measles came around, they just didn't exist. I had measles 3 times when I was a kid, and because I'd had it 3 times when I got pregnant, they did the test to see if I had enough immunity from measles if I ran into it. And it ended up, among those 3 cases, one of them had blocked out the measles, because if I hadn't, I was going to have to stay very isolated during my pregnancies, because measles are bad when you're a little kid. They can make you very sick. They can cause real brain damage and all kinds of problems in fetuses. So those Republicans who love fetuses want them all to get sick.
Pretty much. Cohen does not look right.
No, I wouldn't look good either.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but yeah, I've seen he is on Midas Touch quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stressful time. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's going to have to be around for a while until that jury selection is done. Still talking about the Aryans. About the Aryan brothers through my youngest son who done prison time with the leader. Oof.
They're such a charming group of people.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that realm.
No.
Looking. Christine got the German measles as an adult. First year in college. Oof.
That can happen. And when you're an adult, it's a lot worse.
Deanne thinks or seen Michael has lost a lot of weight. It's a stressful time for anyone. I can believe it. Cat's Color. I haven't heard anything about the threat to Stormy's child in Las Vegas parking lot.
That's before Michael had turned. It was someone that was sent from the Inquirer.
Oh, that was a long time ago?
That was a long time ago. That's when she started really getting real lawyers.
Wow. 75,000 members. Oof. These people.
If they can get 75,000 members, why can't we get more people to subscribe, Scott? I mean, if you want to have we don't want Aryan brothers to subscribe to us, but or maybe they'll see some enlightenment, who knows. But for those of you who are watching, it really helps us.
I'm not really seeing more questions.
No. There was one way up at the top. Do you think Biden will debate Trump?
Oh, that's right. I think I did have that one.
You did.
Will Biden agree to debate Trump? Feels like it. If Trump will agree, Joe would.
I'm just going to ask if there would be a debate between the two of them.
Yeah, that's probably best there. Oh, yeah, JGB. Meningitis is bad.
It's okay. People who don't want to take vaccines just are more likely to get it. That's all I got to say.
Speaking of that, Elon Musk this morning was railing about vaccines. He's saying, "Oh, what happened to all the variants now? Was it a hoax?"
No, we got it more or less under control. Go to other parts of the world. It's not nearly.
Yeah. Elon's a moron. You cannot stand that man.
He's a little like Jared Kushner, as he doesn't look completely formed.
Biden.
There's
I don't think Trump will be able to.
I don't think because of positive changes and people being in a good space and moving forward, there won't be a debate.
The page ones will be a debate. 5 of coins is something's going to happen. Illness. That moment. Here's Biden standing tall. Alpha cues. In conclusion. Doctors. So it kind of looks like 45 might be in the hospital before any debate would even happen.
I asked, why is there not going to be a debate on Trump's end? And I got the Tower and the Devil.
Yeah. These cards have always been clues that he might be in that white coffin.
Or if not, he's going to be so paralyzed. I think there's another reader who had a vision when he was first elected that she saw him in like the coffin that they used to have Lenin in Russia, where everybody could go by, and he was just lying in there. But it was like in a shopping center, and it wasn't a very good shopping center. It was kind of a seedy one, but that's where he was. And that if he has a stroke or something, that could be where he ends up.
Oh, like you mean like a viewing coffin?
Yeah, that's where she saw him, but she said it doesn't make sense. Why would we do that? And that's true.
Thank you, Lori.
Oh,
the old evil Scientology.
Oh, well, we're going to, okay. Fall this year. Okay. They're another group of troopers. Ugh. We could have a 5-hour show if we started going into all the real sleaze that's around.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do that because we'd be exhausted.
Last time I read on the Scientology, I got the severe creeps and felt like I never wanted to do it again. It's like the cult of MAGA, except for. Thank you, Jeff.
Oh dear. They got the Devil in the Tower too. It was forged out of bad information. It was poorly put together. I think the reason they're going to find him, I think they're going to go after that woman that was the wife that was killed and disappeared and never reappeared. And
her.
they've been able to fight off all of the accusations, but their past is going to catch up with them, the devil and the tower.
Last I heard, that one lady suing has still been ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember her name right now, but she's been trying to get justice forever.
I'm going to pull an alien card and see what the aliens think of Scientologists.
Okay. So in the past with Scientology, I just got all about the Benjamins.
Mm-hmm.
Making money. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and Seven of Wands. That feels like kind of like making the money with threats.
Mm-hmm.
A thing like that. Knight of Pentacles, Hierophant, and High Priestess.
Mm-hmm.
Next. Young men. Scientology would be Hierophant. Their authority. And High Priestess. Gosh, that makes me feel like they might be into some kind of witchcraft and something. Some crazy bad things. Moving forward, I got the Six of Wands. There's some news, some victory. Eight of Cups can be money problems, but it's turning your back on something. And then the King of Swords. And that doesn't feel like the leader. It feels more like a justice thing, having to walk away, losing their victory. In the end, Lovers, people coming forward, Empress, more women coming forward. Loss, Five of Cups, and then the Fool. Happiness, let's see. Going down this year, no. It's more ongoing of exposure happening with all my cards I'm feeling here. I think there's ongoing court cases or something that they're trying to walk away from. But yeah, it just Scientology feels so horrible. There's going to be some losses, but there's female energy coming back into the fold. You know, maybe that woman that is suing or going, more comes out. I think she's been the one I think that's been always been trying to get to the bottom of where Miscavige, remember her name right now, disappeared. You know, where David's wife went. Where is she? She's been leading that fight. So I'm not seeing a downfall yet. This is still ongoing. The Empress can be delays too, a little bit. But the delays prove important. You know, continued investigation, continue looking at things, bring out a greater outcome instead of rushing to judgment. So it feels like it's still going to be ongoing yet this year.
Yeah, but I pulled an oracle card from this marvelous extraterrestrial universal oracle deck. And it says, your prayers will be answered. Help is on the way.
Nice.
So
eventually it will. It's kind of like 45. It's taken what? Since late 2015? Or 2016? When he was the nominee, up until now, to finally start having justice?
Right. The first
finally getting the first criminal trial.
The first time I saw anything about Scientology, I was in a doctor's office, and they had little pamphlets lying around, and I picked up this pamphlet, and it says, "How to Simplify Your Life." And I swear to God, the first sentence was, don't hang around with people who commit murder. And I went,
Good.
who published this crap? I mean, really? Whoa.
Scary godmom. Is your sister doing well for the third time? It affects everyone differently, of course.
But people are still dying from it. We may, and hopefully if you get vaxxed and all that good stuff, you can help yourself. And what's worse is I have friends who survived it, but they have long-term COVID and they are really screwed up.
Ex-brother-in-law passed away from COVID last month.
Mm-hmm.
I had a few people in my life pass from COVID, or people I knew.
I had friends of friends or family of friends,
But my Nancy's daughter had COVID 3 times.
Yeah, but your family works in the healthcare field.
Yeah, she's a social worker, so she's always around people coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was bad for her, but the other one, she wasn't too sad, but she did get all the vaccines too.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking.
I don't think that Netanyahu and the Republicans are clever enough to draw Biden into that war. He's ready for it.
A whole bunch of channels posting about Scientology. Good or bad, or they think they're going to be going down. Just wondering, Lori. I haven't seen them. One more. Alex Jones. One more and then inspiration.
Okay.
Which deck wants Jones?
None of them. All mine are screaming, "Don't pick me!" So you're going to get the cartoony ones.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones, get away.
Man, I'm going to have to dragon blood my office today. Woo.
No, he will not get away.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so. See what the cards say. It's just so sad. Well, like what? OJ only paid 100,000 or so of his lawsuit. With interest, he ended up passing with 110 million owed, something like that. Unfortunately, it takes continual court cases to get payment and seizures and all that.
This is him pleading poverty. My money, I don't have money like that. But they can see what he does have, and the people are hot on the goal. I don't understand what the Two of Swords would be, except it's just being blocked ridiculously. And what we need is for the court to come in like the magician and make it really happen. Be the mover and the shaker that they should be. But it comes out to yes, but they're still going to have to keep fighting through the courts to get a hold of his money.
Yeah, it looks like a battle, but eventually there could be a seizure of his money.
Mm-hmm.
A transition of what's going on, but then the Knight of Swords sweeping in could be the seizure of this money, the man of this money or whatever. He will be broken.
Mm-hmm.
So his fortunes, he did have whatever he's been doing. It's going to be a disaster coming soon, along with being broken. This is going to be him. Everything's broken down and rusting in a field and needs repair. Could fake some heart issues or something. But everything's going to have success. My lag card is a star and the sun and everything good. clarity, hope, success, miracles happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to endure, continue to keep pushing on.
It's horrible to lose a child and then have to fight with that jerk.
But yeah, eventually, I don't see in it. You know, eventually they'll get something, but it's whatever they get, it's going to leave Jones broken.
Yeah.
Hopefully not relevant.
Hmm?
Prefer my current events. Yeah, you're right. And that, in the meantime, he's living high on a hog. It's so unfortunate. Oh, let's do one more. You okay with it?
Yeah.
We had one about vaccinations.
Okay.
It's better than leaving it on Alex Jones anyway.
Yeah.
The kitty call. What's the future of vaccinations in the USA? The anti-vax movement is unharmed.
Well, for anybody that it took out of the gene pool, it's done irreversible harm. We'll never get those folks back.
Good point. Okay, future of vaccinations.
I can't tell you people how many healthcare workers I've read in the last year that went out of that field because they feel so disrespected. Like everything we do, it doesn't matter.
I can believe it.
And you live among those who do that. I no longer do. I don't. No one in my family continues to practice medicine, but they retired before COVID. Okay.
Eventually, I don't have a timing, but eventually I see like 90% of the people are going to believe in science. Eventually.
If the question is, has it caused irreversible harm? Yes. But there are people who are working on it to get it back to tell the truth again. The Knight of Cups. And to show that it's how you keep things whole. The Ten of Pentacles. And people are going to realize that they're being swindled by these people in the current times. And the magician's going to pull in and make people believers. And they're going to quit saying, oh, it's not necessarily, this is a Two of Pentacles, and it's reversed. And it could be this, it could be that. I think it's going to, yeah. It's done irreversible harm, but I think it's going to go away.
I mean, there's going to be so many healthcare and scientific advances that come up in the next 10 years. You know, like people are going to be amazed by taking a pill and your cancer's gone, that kind of thing, you know? Once we get to that point. So, starting out.
Okay.
10 of Swords. Not good in the past here. 10 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. More people used to believe, obviously. This information is taken hold. Okay. Death card. Knight of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. I think this feels like literal death, meaning not an ending, because this is like the current situation. I think it just takes more people seeing it. You know, the health risk or loved ones passing or kids getting really sick and passing. You know. So I think this is seeing is believing kind of 3 cards in the current. Then at the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Moon. That's positive things moving forward here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the moon can be dark, but it also reveals things at times.
Mm-hmm.
These are positive things moving forward. Positive energy, successes. It makes me feel like people actually see successes with science and whatnot. It's ridiculous. These people anti-vax and whatever, they'll take whatever over-the-counter medicine or whatever, or take things for a headache, but vaccine's going to be bad, right? The ending cards are struggles, which is strange. I mean, my senses say down the road it's going to be fine, but it may still be a struggle. Seven of Cups, Five of Wands, Five of Coins, and Knight of Swords. That's kind of drastic to me. Drastic feelings.
Well, you get enough plagues going through. You get enough school districts closed down because of measles and stuff.
That's what
And
it feels like.
People didn't see it. I lived through the summer where all swimming pools were closed. You couldn't even go out and play with your friends because everybody's so afraid you're going to go get polio. And it was late that summer that the vax came out, and
Karen didn't get the shingles in time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I told it was a year ago or so or whatever, or last year. I was talking, I got offered the shingles vaccine. I'm like, yeah, I think I better get that.
Mm-hmm.
I got a text from Danny. He just got the shingles as I was saying I'm going to get the shingles.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, get the shingles vaccine. This is hell.
Mm-hmm. My oldest son had it. It was all down his back. And he was one of the younger. The thing is, the shingle shot, they tend to aim it towards the elderly. But the people I know who've had it really badly got it in their 40s.
Crazy.
Christina, if you got the sugar cubes for polio, you were so lucky because the first shots were intramuscular. And you got it's one of my first times to deal with real pain. But it is, they make it all so much easier now. So are we going to do a pull? We're getting lots of questions. But
I know. We could be here for hours. Let's do our inspiration.
Okay.
We're already at hour and 40.
I pulled my first one, and it's in. I asked what do we need to do in the near future, and it says begin to explore, begin to get out and find out what's out in the world. Use your mind, use your imagination, and don't be afraid to open the door and look at new ideas. And then I pulled from the secret language of color, and for the color to go forward with is jade, which matches with it perfectly. Jade is a color of serenity, tranquility, love, and nurturing. It creates balance and harmony and self-sufficiency, releasing negativity from your mind and stimulating you to get with what makes the complex seem simple. Allow Jade to help you take action and make your life easier. And the action is whatever you're putting off doing, just do it. Let go of any excuses, take action. Go out and explore. I can do this. It's easy. And the universe supports my goals. And that's what we ought to be doing in the next week. So, what you got, Scott?
I grabbed my deck, the Universe Oracle. Always remember to love yourself.
Yep.
Stay in that loving mode. Stay happy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're feeling off, like you were just saying, take a walk. Use it to ground yourself. Feel better. Use free energy out there. And then I got believe what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all about, don't just discounting your intuition. You know,
Right.
see something and you're questioning it, you know, whatever, but believe it's happening and just using your intuition. So, but the biggest thing, you know, use the earth energy, but remember to stay in love.
Right.
Love yourself.
And does it ever happen to you, Scott, that you'll get a thought, oh, well, maybe I ought to look at this, and then you don't actively go out and look for it, and the next thing you know, you open up YouTube and there's a program about what you want to explore.
Right there, or an ad.
Right, and it's not one you're subscribed to, and you go, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah, that does happen.
And keep your mind open to that, because
it's like when that tragedy happened in Uvalde. I was trying to search the universe for why this had to happen. Just so sad, you know. And I opened up YouTube and I got recommended that song from Europe, The Final Countdown. And I read the words. The words had meaning to it.
Right.
That they were leaving together for a purpose. You know, it doesn't make it any better, but it as far as spirit goes, there was a meaning to it. But it's so sad. I mean, all these deaths have just been really hard to take, all the fighting and the wars.
Yeah, I'm ready to be done with that. I was thinking about it today. Ever since I was born, we went into officially kind of the way they went into Korea was the month I was born. And then we had Vietnam and all the little Cold War spot wars that they fought, the proxy wars, you know, and then of course there was 9/11, and it's just, you know, and theoretically we're not at war right now because we got out of Afghanistan, but I'm just like, has it ever solved anything? And in 3 weeks I'll be 75 years old, and I can tell you, if you look back in my life history at just that, no, but a lot of the disruption in the world has spun us spiritually to a different place. It's made us more aware that we're not human doings, we're human beings, and we need to deal from our spirit.
Yeah, I guess I did see that Linda G's going live about speaking her feelings of the Middle East. I forgot that. You're a May baby too?
Yeah, May 2nd.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, all us Tauruses going to get together. It goes into our sign this. And we have such wonderful conjunctions happening in our signs.
Good. May 14, my birthday.
Well.
And I forgot that you were a Taurus also.
Oh yeah, Taurus, Scorpio rising. I always think more of my life has been ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio rising. I always think more of it's been risen. And weirdly enough, Jeffrey, who I read with a lot, he's Scorpio sun, Taurus rising. So we're always on opposite ends of the stick about things. So. Yeah, guys, listen as much as you can about the Middle East, but if it bothers you, I'm not going to listen to it. And I like Linda G, but I'm not going to listen to it because I don't want to think about it anymore. I think what I'm going to go do.
Really hard. I will read a little bit, but I don't want to see any more clips of people.
Thank you guys for not asking a lot of questions about it, because that was my real fear getting up this morning.
Yeah, I honestly did not want to do that either. I kind of put that out the universe is like, let's not read on, you know.
And for those of you who asked, inquiring minds want to know. I totally appreciate you asking. But you have to understand, when we go in that energy, we just don't walk out. Like I said, I've got my little spray bottle of mystifying dragon's blood, and I'm going to do this whole downstairs with it, because we've been talking about all that. ooey gooey energy you just can't scrape off.
Tell Cecil come sweep away.
Yeah, Cecil, just blow your breath through here and clean it out. Oh, we got a May 2nd. We May 7th? Yeah, May 7th. And there's another lady Valerie Carlson, who shares your birthday.
May 22. That's just after Taurus. What's that next?
No, they could. It depends on the year she was born. She could be a Taurus. It depends on the day, on those transitional days. But you have to know exactly what time you're born to know where the sun
Is
is.
the transition day. Yeah.
Hmm. So, everybody have a lovely week. The best you can. Make the most of it you can. Remember what it said. Think in green, think in jade, think in growth, and explore. Look for something new, something fun.
But lead in love. Be good.
Bye bye.